everyone. This is David. Welcome back to the Lent Challenge number 5. And I will start with a question. Do you ever have a hard time getting control of your thoughts? I'd like to share a little quote from Frank Outlaw. I read this on the wall of a doctor's office about 15 years ago. Okay? Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it shall become your destiny. So it all starts with the thoughts. How well do you monitor your own thoughts? I'd like to share a story with you, and as I tell this story, pay close attention to what you are thinking, to what's going through your mind. There was a mom who was happily working around her house. Her little daughter walks in with an apple in each hand. The mother smiles and says to her little girl, "Would you please share one of your apples with Mommy?" The daughter immediately took one of the apples and took a bite out of it, and then took the other one and took a bite. Well, the smile started to move the mom's face as she was thinking, I need to give this daughter of mine a stern lecture. But just as she was thinking that, the daughter reached out with an apple and said, "Here, Mommy, I tasted them both so I could give you the sweeter one." Now, what was going through your mind about halfway through that story? If you're anything like me, you were making a judgment. I know I did the first time I heard it. We're thinking, what a spoiled little brat. This kid has no idea how to share. And we made a judgment. Was our judgment correct? Well, obviously not. Is the point of the story of the apple that we should not judge at all? That it's wrong to judge? Well, if you ask the young people today, their big mantra is, don't judge me. The greatest mea culpa you can do is to judge. And I don't know that judging is always wrong, but the problem with judging in this apple story is the judgment was made when there was not enough information. So the more information you have, the more you hold back and wait and resist judging, the more you're likely to make a correct judgment, and often maybe a more kinder judgment than you might have originally expected. 25 years ago, I was living in the Heights in Houston. One day I was driving home from work. It was rainy out, and as I pulled off the freeway, I saw a man struggling to push his car up a hill and into a parking lot. I had an appointment later that afternoon, and it was not going to be an easy thing to just stop and help the man, and besides, it was raining, but he needed help. And as I sat at the red light and thought about maybe what I could do to help this situation, a homeless man approached my car. He asked me if he could have a couple dollars to go get some food from McDonald's. So I said to him, "I'm going to give you a couple dollars, but I want you to go help that man push his car off the road." And I gave him some money, and I drove off. And as I got down the street, a little bitty ways, the idea came across my mind. That man already has my money. He's not going to go help the guy push his car. And that thought immediately was followed by, and he's probably not going to McDonald's either. I bet he's going to that convenience store across the street to buy some beer. And so I turned, drove back to that intersection to see if maybe I could help the man push his car. But as I approached the intersection, I could not believe my eyes. There was the homeless man that I'd given the money to, standing beside the man who'd been pushing his car, and together they were getting the car up into a parking lot. And I thought, shame on me. Here I'd passed judgment on this man, and I was completely wrong. Well, I had to continue straight a few blocks before I had a chance to make a U-turn and go back toward my house again. And as I came upon the intersection, I was amazed again. For that homeless man whom I had given the money to was walking into the McDonald's. Shame on me again. So, in my mind, I made two negative judgments. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, Jesus said, "Judge not, that you not be judged. With the judgment you pronounce on others, you will be judged." Yet, I don't think I can go even maybe an hour without having some type of a judgmental thought go through my mind. We all struggle with this, and most of the time it never goes beyond our thoughts. Okay? So we may think, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt anybody. First of all, our thoughts are important. Our thoughts determine what we are. What starts in our mind and our heart basically is our very essence. And thoughts can be sinful. And when we have judgmental thoughts, we do damage to our own soul. We hurt Jesus. And we're being unfair to another person. So it's really important to try and control our thoughts, and this is that constant fight and battle we have to have with ourselves. And I think that's my Lenten challenge for you today, is to control your thoughts. Focus on being positive. Resist making negative judgments. Look for the best and just make that your commitment, okay? Now, I mentioned with the Apple incident that you shouldn't judge until you completely understand a situation. Well, the truth is, if we're looking at other people, we can never completely know their situation. We don't know their background. We don't know what's going on in their personal life. We don't know the burdens that are in their heart. And since we can never completely know anyone, we should always try to be gentle in our judgment and be kind in our thoughts for others, okay? And I will end with this passage from Colossians. Paul tells us, "Put on a new self, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of your Creator." So put on, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, put on compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. So peace be with you. God bless you. And God bless all of your thoughts. Try to keep them all positive, kind, and gentle. Okay, thank you. Thank you. God bless you.